Welcome back to Themed Journals. My name is April. I hope you all are doing well today. So I am all done sewing in the signatures on dust jacket journals. However, I need more of these because I have one journal that's missing it. So anyway, we're going to make 4 more of those, and I'll do the actual stenciling and stuff later, but yeah, I need to get my bag glue for this, or junky glue I should say. Let me just there. So I need 4 of these. Let me see if I can find a here we go, my junky Amazon glue. What I'm going to do is just do these, and then I need to do a few more for our next project, since I'm basically done with the journals. We're busting the scraps again. And we're shopping in our own stash. I opened my last Fabri-Tac thing. All right, that should be 4. Yep, 4. Okay, so we're going to do one more for our project. We can always make more if we need it. All right, now let me cut this down. Now what I'm going to do is cut off the whites, the cream space. All we want is the words for this particular project. All right. Now I'm not keeping the scraps. Sometimes you just gotta let them go, especially boring scraps. Okay. Oops, sorry. Now, I have to put you on hold. I didn't get my hole punches. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now let's see here. I need this folded again because of the nature of I went thickness. We're only going to fold it in half once. All right. There. I don't know where my good bone folder is. I'm sure it's somewhere on my desk. Okay, so now we've got thickness. We're going to do just a hole punch. look at that. Okay. Okay, that's not going to work. All right, we got enough room to do one more in the center. I think anyway. All right. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the edge of this so I can take an extreme. I'll see if that ugh. All right, now. Okay, now we're going to have to do up another book set. Okay. Okay, let's cut this down. I think what we're going to do is do it sideways first on the cutting. I'm hoping not to make it crooked this time. Oops. All right, now I can line up the writing better on the line, or the cut line, I mean. Yeah, much better. I'm just taking off the edge of the paper to be okay. So again, we have this. And this time what we're going to do is, I don't know, I guess we're eyeballing it. Well, what I could do, hang on. It has 4.5, so I'm going to mark at 1.5, 2.5, and the rest 3.5. There we go. So I marked it 1.5 But you know what? All right, that's 1.5. See, that's 2. See, that's my problem. That's 1.5. That's 1. That's 1. Okay. I can get 3 1.5s out of this. So that's what we're going to do is we're going to cut at each 1.5 tick that I've got on this page. And we're going to cut strips like this now. And then as soon as I'm done this portion of it, I'll show you what we're going to do. All right, so let me show you what I did last night. Okay, I made these from different types of paper. All right, they're not done yet. I just got the so there you have it. Got pockets here, and we can put in some paper. Now, I was thinking about using these pockets for, excuse me, for a threefer. So in my next set of journals, what I'm going to do is put a tag here, alter playing cards here, and sew in the notepad in here so I can just use this one. Anyway, that's the idea. Now, I got this idea from Natasha at Treasure Books. So she called them teabag notebooks or something like that. Folios, I don't know what she called them exactly. So I used very thin paper here. This is the thickest paper I use, and it's super thick, but it's also double-sided. I wanted to see how well it looked double-sided, and I like it, but the paper is super thick. All right, and then I used, as you can see, I used some of my scrap paper left over from our last dust jacket journals. Really thin paper, very nice. So they're all the same style, okay? Now, before we go on and continue decorating, we've got to punch some holes first, and we're going to eyeball it, put all these together, because they're different heights depending on which paper I actually used. All right. I'm just aligning them up here, or at least I'm trying to. I'm going to give it a punch. Ugh, let me stand up to do this. Oh, got it. All right. We wanted them punched all the way through, each front and back. All right. Okay. Now what we're going to do, so let me just grab one of these. Okay. So the first things first, we're going to, oh, we don't want that. There. Okay, now, here's my archival ink, my black, anyway. And what we're going to do is just go around one side, because we're not going to use the, well, we're going to use it, but we're not going to use it. if that makes sense. Well, I guess either I didn't hit the paper I made this out of well enough, or else it's my bad glue is super bad. All right. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to put all these together and see if I can't punch through all of them at once. Ugh. There. I know, I'm all discombobulated this morning. I've been traveled last week to get my car from my aunt who gave it to me. That was all the way to San Diego. Ugh. Where did this come from? All right. I don't know if you can see that, but another one fell apart on me. Okay, there we go. I've divided these into two different piles. I'm thinking I should put a few more over here because these are actually quite thick. And then I'm going to try to punch it directly in the middle of these circles. Okay, that turned out nicely. Then let me glue this back together. As you can see, it's coming up. Ugh. I don't know. Okay. Let's see if I can get this in the center again. All right. No, I don't have a choice now. I am committed. All right. Not bad. Okay. Now, before I really get started on this project, let me show you how to get to this point, okay? So you grab a super thin papers. I'm going to go back to using pages out of here. Now let's use this one. Because, yeah, what are you going to use forks, and knives, and spoons for? Okay. So what you do is you put these two tips together and form a pyramid. Or a triangle, I mean. Now, I've learned, don't fuss this. If you really want to fuss, then make sure your corners are super matched up, like I didn't the first time. And just redo the crease on either side. And of course, you can use your bone folder for that. Okay, so after you're done with that, you open it back up. And then you use a ruler, and at your 6-inch mark, you make a mark. Don't worry about it. It won't show when you're done. What I do is I just use my 12-inch mark and go down to 6. So I don't have to fuss with moving stuff. And I don't have enough room anyway. So you take this side and you fold it over to here. And you make another crease. All right. Then you take this side and use this mark to make another crease. So they're equidistant. All right. And then all you do is match up your tops up here. And that's basically it. It's super simple. Okay, and then you take your ruler. Now let's see. Let's put that there. And if you have one of these, you can use the grid for measuring so it's even when you do that. And then what you do is you tuck this in. Then you have to reverse this one like so. And then voila, you've got your initial tea bag shape. Okay, then what I do is, I think this time we're going to yeah. I need to get another tackle box so I can go back to switching out my ink pads. On the regular. Okay. So we're going to use Vintage Photo. And yes, we're going to ink up the edges because it makes it so beautiful. Okay. Okay, and then I open it. So I think that you can use both single-sided papers as well as double-sided. I don't see why you couldn't, because I did. And then I want to do these edges too. Now what you also could do is fold these flaps out like so and get the inside like that. Because I didn't do this on any of my previous ones, but I'm thinking I'm gonna like this way better. Okay, so if you're going to do that, then you have to fold these flaps back in properly. And there we have it. We're done with the inking. Okay, now since I don't have a inking reusable glue mat, I'm going to use a paper. Now that's the end of the glue that I'm going to be using for this on the glue stick. Now, gotta get this opened. And what I do is open here and just run it along the seam. All right. Then you put it down. All right. And you want it to glue closed rather than open. All right, it'll encourage it to stay where you stuck it. So just to catch it up to the rest of what we're doing, I'm going to punch a hole through it like so. Okay, and now it's caught up to where these are, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, got 6. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on, now you have to decide which side do you want to be the front. Do you want it to be with the fold coming from the left, or you want it the fold coming from the right? I like the left better, so this will now be my front. And I put this up too high. All right. Should have been lower. Should have been here. I wonder if all the other ones need lower too. Oh, brother. All right. I may have to free hole punch everything here. All right. So the correct one is the second one now. Oops. All right, I've had enough of this nonsense. We're going to use a little bit of this then. If it doesn't want to stay, we can make it stay. Because I'm sick unto death of this nonsense. All right. All right. Okay, then on the other side, we need to put a string. But before we do that, let's see if all of these are too close to the, yeah, all right. Okay, that's where they all originally were because I can see the punch through them. So let's, that's too close. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it lower. All right, let me stand up to do this. Ugh. All right. I was too tired to decorate one last night so I could have a prototype for you all. Sorry about that. I couldn't deal anymore. All right. And here we go again. All right. So that's better. All right. Boy, that looks bad. Okay. Okay. Now, this is my thicker one. It feels nice. It doesn't feel flimsy like the other ones. So I like that feel, definitely. And I like the double-sidedness of it all. All right, now I've got to go get some thread that I can use for the closures here. All right. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got yellow and green baker's twine, and I've got some, I don't know, whatever that is. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is see, we need to make this as well, and that's what we're going to do next. And what we're going to do is I'm going to use my good glue stick on this because the last couple of things I did with this was terrible. here we go. And I'm going to put this over to the side because I need to cut down the white spacer again, or in this case cream, but same idea. Because I only want the writing on this. I don't want the white space. Sometimes you don't care about the white space or cream space or blank space, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's white space on a using cream. I don't know. But most sci-fi fantasy books are written on cream. All right, paper. Okay, now. Okay, I'm going to use black on this. I know, I feel like I'm working through a fog today. It's so weird to me. I feel like my body's made of sludge. Of course, I was unwell yesterday. That's why I didn't get the video out early this morning, although I want to get it out for this afternoon. All right, now just go around the edges like so. Okay, so that's what we got here. Let me get the lid on this one. All right, now what we want to do is make it look like this, all right, but thinner. So I want mine tea bag, maybe 1.5, 2 inches high. So that's the 2-inch mark right here, but I want to cut it here. Okay, so I inked it a little bit too fast. I should have, wait a minute, April. What we're going to do is cut this and then take one of these and flip it over here. So I can cut this down, and then we'll have the tea bag. All right. There's not a lot over this side, so let's cut it down one more time. There, that looks better. It looks like this, see? All right. So I just got this out so you can sort of see. You can do all the ends or whatever you want to do. It's all good. Okay. Now we're going to ink it for real this time. I don't think I've forgotten anything. All right. Now we're not going to glue this shut yet. All right. Now what we need to do is find the beginning for this. Okay. Then what we're going to do is make a few knots, because the knot has got to be bigger than this hole back here. All right. So I'm going to basically give myself several lengths of this. 1, 2, let's do 3, and we can always cut it down again. Ugh. Well, that's rotten. There. That's why I can't cut fabric with those anymore. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is one. Now this is a surgeon's knot, if I can make my fingers work, that is. All right, here we go. All right, let's see how that does with this hole. Okay, see, I can get it through, so we need to do it one more time. This time I'm not going to do a surgeon's knot, I'm just going to do a loop in, and then I'm going to pull it down and put it right on top of the previous knot. And we're going to do it one more time, just to be sure that the knot is going to go nowhere. There. Now, okay, see, that's going nowhere now. Now I need my ugh. All right, let's get this through here because we're going to go around this 3 times. All right. Okay, we got 3 loops around here, and what we're going to do is going to loop it through here, like so, and then what we're going to do is loop it through that loop like that. And let's do it one more time. Okay, that's not going to come loose. All right, but I don't like... Okay, then what we do is we bring it around here. Oops, take our needle out. And then, see, I want to be able to put the tea bag right here. All right. So what we need to do now is to give it a little snip here at the bottom. I hope you can see this. All right. We got more left over. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is it's time to gluey gluey. And we're going to use our good glue for this. Don't want it popping off. Okay. Okay. And then we glue it together. This is why you need thin thread or thin twine or whatever you're going to do, because you want to be able to put it in paper. Okay, now what we're going to do is I have some leftover things from our last project, our faux stamps project. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just round the white around this leaf here. And there. Very nice. All right. All right. All right. Now, what we're now going to do is put a tick there and a tick there. And what we're going to do up here okay, so see, now they match. All right. I don't know if I want to cover this though. I should have used gears for this one. I wasn't thinking. Let's see what I got here. All right. All right, I'll have to look for that later. I'm not going to put anything on here, but I will on the next one. So let me just go on and do this one with you guys. Okay, so which one do I want to use? Yellow or the green? Green wins the day. Yeah, I got these at the $1.25 store when it was, or the $2 store, I should call it now, when it was actually a real dollar store. Yeah. All right. One, two, three, and it goes on the floor. Okay. So I did 3 plus a little bit more. I thought I put all these away. I guess I didn't. So I didn't cut it off exactly at 3. It was a little over. All right, one more. All right, we got the initial knot. We're going to have to do this a couple of times. Oops. My next one needs to go in between the 2 knots that I did not connect last time. All right, let's see if this will work. Oh, nope. Maybe one more, just to be safe. All right. Let's see if it goes through here. Okay, no, it does not. Okay, so we do the same as last time. Well, this certainly isn't my day, is it? All right. All right. There we go. Now we're going to, all right, let's just leave off on this while we do the next one. All right, let's do it here. And then here. And then we can ink it. Oh, there it is. Sitting right in front of me. Couldn't see it. Blind as a bat. Okay, here we go. All right, now what we need is to get this glued. Oops. Don't glue it until you get the thread in. All right. There. All right. Okay, we're going to okay, excellent. Now we're going to put the lid on this, April, and ink some more. We only need to ink one side. Now you can use stickers, you can use pretty papers, you can even use some cardstock to do this step with. It's up to you. I'm just going to do, what do you call it? Book gut papers, because I want to bust some scraps today. All right, there we go. Now let's decorate it a little bit. Let's get some bigger flowers out, because let's face it, maybe these aren't big as I thought they were. Let's see. All right, we can always start with a mushroom, and then I'll look at my other stickers and see if we got anything interesting. All right. All right, let me get out my other stickers. I'll be right back. Where are they? got some stickers in here. Let's see what we got. No, not the ones I'm looking for. These are, well, here's some steampunk stickers. I can put, no. Too small. All right, too big. All right. All right, let's see what else we got in here. Let's do some butterfly stickers. And, oh, we got mushroom stickers too. Oh, these are papers. What are the papers doing in a sticker drawer? I'll never know. All right. Look at these pretty stickers. All right. All right. And hopefully I don't have to play 102 pickup. All right, let's see here. Okay, that doesn't go. But I'm thinking this will go. All right. Oh, you know what we can use on this for decoration? All right. All right, now I'm going to let you go, and in our next video we'll finish this up, and we will make sure that we decorate the inside next time. All right. Oh, that's going to be lovely. I'd hope that these would work. All right, and let's use the red one for the back. Hopefully it's not too big. Nope, it's not going to be too big. Yay. How pretty is that? Okay, so thank you for joining me on this discombobulated theme journey. And please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that like button and share this video with your friends. I appreciate your help, and you'll have a lovely day. Bye.